Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at the cheating exploit again. We have a part 2 here, as there were a lot of new things that we were learning over the last few hours about this cheating exploit. A lot of people were starting to dig into this a little bit more. We're able to find the server for it. We're able to find basically everything around it. And so we're gonna take a look at this one today. It's going to be another update, and you're gonna hear my opinion a lot of times about this stuff. Please be fair in the comment section. Please just, like, I don't really want to have hate for anybody, anything, anywhere here on this channel, so please be normal in the comment section. So let's move on directly with this video. There are a lot of new information coming out for this one. First one, how does this actually all work? If you didn't even know yet, of course, I made the video about it yesterday already. Basically, there was a Discord bot which allowed some users to see the teams of other people before they basically even went into the battle directly. Like, basically, as soon as you connect with someone else in Go Battle League, they were able to get the entire team of yours on like a Discord bot next to it, and were able to basically see your backline, the moves that you have, everything like this. So this of course gives the other player a huge advantage, but in order to do this, you of course have to cheat. Like, you have to you're not going to be able to do this with your normal phone and your normal Go version of Pokemon Go. This is not possible. It's not supposed to be possible. So here we saw some requirements. All this stuff is by the way open on the internet, and so as soon as you're going to look into the topic a little bit easier, you will find those information anyway yourself. So there's no real reason for me to blur anything out of here, so you see like the entire thing that's also like this in the internet. Here are some requirements for it. You need a rooted Android phone, which is already against Niantic's rules as far as I know, and also got a lot of people banned already and will get you banned eventually as well, which is like one of the things. You have to connect Pokemon Go to like a bot, which is going to allow you to get a lot of other notifications as well. I think also just for, in general, catching and all the like IVs and stuff like this, stuff like that you just see in the normal gameplay, not only PvP. This was way more than just PvP, which you're going to see in the next one as well. They had a ton of different kind of illegal things that you were able to get, like notifications for hatching, like stuff like this, which is not allowed to happen. Like, this had direct access to your Pokemon Go account, basically this bot, which is already against the rules and also can get detected by Niantic. So I would never recommend you to try anything like this out. Can get you banned in the long run. But as you can see here, for the tier 2 subscription, which is needed in order to have the PvP feature, you basically got the PvP notification for that. Tier 2, we're going to take a look at the server in general, or like at the Patreon for this anyway afterwards. But yeah, tier 2 was needed for this one. There are other things that you can get earlier already, but you have to pay basically in order to get anything for this one. And so there were some commands that you can then run on the server, which will allow you to get those private, like basically in private DMs, the teams from opponents that you're going to encounter. I saw some people complaining that it didn't work all the time either for them, so it was kind of hit or miss as well. And yeah, basically you get like information about the team, the level, the chosen moveset, as well as energy generation, usage, and power. So stuff like this, which you already saw in kind of those screenshots here right now, where you see also the Dragon Tail fast move, charge move, heavy slam, all that good stuff with the energy, the power next to it, the CP of the Dragonite, the CP of anything else, the level of the player name, all that stuff. Was able to, like, basically this bot was able to send to you into the DMs, and basically that's how it works. You have to have a rooted Android phone. You most likely have to have a specific hacked version of Pokemon Go in order to do this, and you need to connect to a Discord server. Have to pay monthly for a premium subscription for this kind of stuff in order for this to work. And so yeah, this is kind of how it works. So how many people have access? Again, I don't want to have any hate towards anybody. I'm just going to reply to like some of the takes that were made. Here, one of Zionic claiming that 3,000 people were on the Discord server. So definitely, like, I basically made a claim before that only around 60 people actually had access to it, which is also correct, as only 100 people were basically in that Discord server before, yeah, the thing all blew up yesterday and the day before. So all the people just joined now towards them that also found this one out before. And this is the main reason why there are 3,000 people in there. Before, there was a very small community with around 100 people. And this was also the main reason why I didn't want to showcase or like talk about this kind of stuff yet, at least before yesterday, when like everything blew up anyway. I already thought of making a video the day before, but I was basically sending Niantic some information towards this one so they can look into this before it all blew up and people are getting more aware of this, because the only thing that this currently kind of gives it is more attention towards the topic and more people going to try to use it kind of stuff than before, because right now there were not a lot of people around. Here, they had like also confirmation, like we have like similar confirmation that basically says exactly what this person said as well. There are currently 54 people that actually had access to the bot. Not all of them are actually using the feature for PvP. So you had like maybe, I don't know, like of course, somewhere below 54 people that actually were using this bot so far. And this was all of the people that were using it. This was like not a huge scheme that you see every time. So all the losses that he took most likely were never actually against one of the people that actually had access to this kind of stuff. Of course, the one scary thing about this all is that we don't know if there are more servers like this. It's very likely that there are more servers like this that we just don't know. But in general, it's not a big thing right now. But of course, we have to kind of talk about it because Niantic kind of has to look into this one. But it's going to be a little bit more difficult towards the one as well, which I'm going to talk about a little bit later as well. But this basically 54 people had access to the bot. And as you see from how I said it, had access to it, it's going to be gone. Here, as you can see right now, this is like the one that made the bot itself. PvP will unfortunately be removed from the backend as a result of this. So basically this is, of course, everything blowing up. And yeah, this is basically what is going to happen. Like, the bot is completely offline, so you don't going to see anybody use the stuff that you see right now anymore. This thing is completely gone. We're going to have a bigger, like, more in-depth variant of this comment as well later on again. But right now, the people that were using this kind of stuff are not able to do it anymore, and there were only a few people anyway. Of course, again, this is like the one thing where I kind of wanted to have Niantic to look into it before it all blew up. Now we most likely going to see other people trying to replicate this kind of behavior, or like kind of replicate what they did here and try to get some cheap wins from that one. But we have to see how this actually going to all turn out, because right now at least this current variant, which we all talked about, is currently offline and will stay offline. Here we're going to take a look real quick at the Patreon that they're going to have here. Again, we had 63 unique members, and not all of them were for the premium variant. Like for the premium tier 2 variant, we were like 54, as we said before. And those only had access to the bot, so it was not a huge scheme. It was like maximum of 54 people that definitely not all played PvP. Honestly, like if you think about how many people play Pokemon Go and how many people play PvP, it's maybe like 5% or something. And then from that, again, 5%, it's like maybe 5 people actually used it stuff. A lot of people I saw also comments from was like thinking that this didn't even impact anything or didn't help them, from the people that actually had access to this kind of stuff. But yeah, of course, here you had to pay for it. It's now not included into this anymore. It's not available at all. They also said that they don't give it out privately, so people shouldn't ask, which you're going to see here right now as well. This was the longer text form that from the server owner, that the PvP notifications are permanently removed from this backend. So this is all going to be gone right now. They want to have it small, and they didn't want to have like a huge deal out of it, so PvP doesn't get screwed over immediately, or like in general, which I think is fair. Of course, all the stuff that they're offering is cheating, which is not really nice as well. But what they also do here right now is what I kind of find interesting. They kind of make some bold statements towards Niantic. Yeah, basically here what they're going to say, largely if too many people irritate the developers of the game to fix this, they probably start taking other measurements instead of completely rewriting parts of PvP. What people are calling a glitch or an exploit is quite far from that, so it's most likely even easier than this. Not that I'm going to explain why those statements, two statements, would have the Niantic developers going like, the eyes of the frog kind of looking into it. The thing is, most likely Niantic is not as great at writing code, from what I've heard as well, or like in general at developing stuff, as we already seen with a lot of bugs, as we already seen on how PvP works. It's not their biggest, achievement. They are an AR company, which a lot of people say, which also doesn't really work out too well. They literally have like their golden egg there with Pokemon Go, which is, it would have been so much better in different hands most likely, which is kind of sad to see. Like honestly, the waste of potential for Pokemon Go is insane. Like this game could have been insanely huge, but the way Niantic of course handling it is not really ideal. And basically they're saying here that it's also kind of poorly programmed, and that it's fairly easy to get access to those datas that they need for it. But yeah, as here said as well, there will be no private version, so please don't ask. And yeah, they don't really care too much about the PvP in general here, and they don't really want to have like a lot of attention towards that one. So this is all going to be removed, and there's another comment here right now that says basically effectively immediately it's completely removed from this one. Also, remember the name that you see above the comment from Shadow Monarch here, which is going to be fairly interesting, kind of funny, because this person is seemingly in the server for this all thing, which I don't have access to. I actually didn't find the link to the Discord server. I don't think I would have wanted to join anyway, just like it would have been sus or something. I don't know, I didn't really want to do it. But looking at this one here, what can we take from this one? Yeah, the same dude again, claiming that I'm using the bot, and also a ton of other streamers, even Iceband, who was a streamer but retired 6 months ago and sold his account. Also, Mohammed Ali is definitely using the bot, but there are a lot of people talking complete nonsense. There are a lot of people framing me of using it as well. Of course, if you know me, I am not using anything like this. It would be, by the way, the most stupidest shit ever, to be fair, because for me, my entire channel is, of course, built on my account. If I wouldn't be able to have access to my account, like, the channel would be kind of dead for me, most likely. The thing is, of course, I'm not going to spoof, I'm not going to use Deathit, I'm not going to have any bot to help me do PvP. Let me actually check how many battles I did in PvP in total. I think I did like 33,000 battles in PvP. Do you actually think I need to use a bot in order to get 34,000 battles to get to Legend? I get to Legend in every single season. So I just wanted to show that one because I found it hilarious, just people claiming complete nonsense on the internet again. But as you're going to take some better takes here real quick here, there's one from Lauren, which I definitely kind of agree with. There's so much to say about the Go Battle League hack thing right now, so little time, but basically this doesn't give any credibility to other stuff that got kind of, basically said before about like some accounts being in hard and some accounts being on easy mode, which is complete nonsense. Same as the algorithm theories, which is complete nonsense. All that stuff doesn't give like credibility to this run, and it's completely something separate. And here also, chances are that you have never battled someone using this exploit. Please consider information bias in your views of Go Battle League at present. This is the thing that I also kind of want to say as well. Like, again, it's fairly unlikely that a lot of people are having access to this stuff or using it, especially as you're going to be very in the risk of getting banned for it. But still, of course, the issue with this one compared to the huge issue that we had before with the Jesus glitch is that it's more difficult to say if someone actually has access to it or not, which is like the more awkward one. Like the Jesus bug, which we had like 3 years ago, was basically so obvious to see that someone is actually cheating at the game. While this is, you cannot see if the opponent knows your backline. Of course, the opponent can make some sus plays or whatever, but you cannot really see it. But the issue is right now as well, that something that's called like team reading is now going to be viewed in a different eye. You see, like in a lot of times in my videos as well, where I'm saying, oh, I expect that the opponent has this and this Pokemon in the back, and then it sounds sus, of course, now with having this something like a bot around, but this is like one of the most important things to actually have as like knowledge for PvP, to have like somewhat of a knowledge on what the opponent might have in the bag based on the lead, or based on the say-so that you can see, based on common teams that you see, or common cores that you see. For example, Medicham plus Alolan Sandslash is an insanely common core in the Open Great League. But now people most likely going to claim, oh, you're using a bot to see something like this. But I predicted a ton of backlines of opponents already correctly, just based on knowledge. And this kind of makes it a little bit awkward about it, because it's just like giving false credibility maybe to people thinking, oh yeah, he's using a bot in order to do this. But no, like it's actually like skill that you can learn for it. So it's kind of awkward. I wouldn't really try to hunt people down thinking that they're going to use it at all. Still, we have to talk a little bit about it, and still we have to also make Niantic aware of it, which I tried to do before it all blew up already as well, but now I guess maybe there's a little bit more pressure around it. But another take, of course, is we had something which I didn't really agree on with the Zionic prior. Here's something I agree on with Zionic here. Just because this cheat was found doesn't mean everyone is doing it. Again, we had like confirmation 54 people had access to it, and out of them most likely not all of them, or like maybe even 2 or 3 people already were using Go Battle League. So now with all blowing up, it's most likely going to increase a little bit more. Hopefully it doesn't, but I expect it. That's why I didn't really want to make those videos about it, but here we are. And I still encourage you to have fun in Go Battle League, try some new Pokemon, continue business as usual. Same what I would say as well right now. again, the likelihood of you actually ever encountering someone like this using this kind of glitch here or bug is insanely rare. Like, it's going to never occur for most people. Honestly, especially as I'm someone that is actually a coach for a lot of people and try to help other people out, I see a lot of times the most reason for someone losing a game is actually not even the team comp. There's also a reason, but just misplaying the game. Like, literally misplaying the game in some certain ways, like giving the opponent too much farm, like not throwing the charge move at the right time, giving the opponent extra fast moves. Those all things are the main reason why people lose in Go Battle League. Literally, those are the main reasons. It's also, of course, human error. It happens to me all the time as well. I misplay a lot of games. I already say it in a lot of videos as well. But it is not because someone is doing some weird plays and knows your backline already. It's usually your own mistakes a lot of times. Yes, there are some times where you have like literally zero chance, where you get hard countered. Happens also quite often. But by far the most common thing was that people were actually just not playing the matchup right and lost because of this. So I wouldn't say, like, you shouldn't really worry going into Go Battle League and thinking, oh, now the opponent going to cheat against me, because it's just a small amount right now. But of course, we're going to have to still kind of talk about how to fix it, and that's going to be the part here right now, the final part of this video. Here's someone that I also know a lot from Twitter that is very into tech and programming and stuff like this. I'm also into tech and programming. I also have a degree in this, but we basically share the same opinion. I saw it already in the video yesterday. It's going to be very difficult for Niantic to most likely patch something towards this one. And yeah, it's basically trying to have like hidden information in your game client, which you need to have. Keeping this hidden for people that hack into the game is next to impossible, and it's kind of similar approach to what you would see in other games as well. For example, if you play any kind of shooter game like Fortnite, like, I don't know, CSGO, you're going to have people that cheat in those games as well. And you don't ask, like, really the company why are you allowing people to have something like aimbot or wall hack or something like this. You just expect that the people are going to get banned after a while, and you don't really question it. But like, this is the thing, it's the same for Pokemon Go right now. Niantic cannot really do too much about how you alter the game. The only thing that they can do is ban you for doing it. So in this case, I would also agree that the best and only real way how Niantic can handle it is having better detection on people that try to use modified apps, people that try to use something like those exploits where they try to read data that they're not supposed to be allowed to read. And it's most likely the only way of actually really fixing it is banning the people that use it instead of actually trying to ban the source word, because the source is kind of needed for the game to work. So yeah, I kind of agree with this take here as well. Was kind of a similar thing that I thought. It's most likely the only way for Niantic to do this is just to ban those people and try to detect those people that actually use it. So hopefully they're going to start doing this. This is most likely the only way of doing this, but this is going to be hopefully also the final video of this one here, a late update for this one. Hopefully you enjoy it. Please stay fair to other people. I don't want to have beef with anybody. I don't really want to have any kind of stress with anybody. I'm not the person that needs to have like the craziest attention and needs to be like in the middle of every hate or shitstorm or whatever. So please be fair. Hope you enjoyed the one. If you did, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.